You're listening to Hotep Ish with your host, Dewan B. Intelligent Ish Talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
Y'all, we here. Yeah. Looking at my camera with the lid closed, because I don't want to look at you motherfuckers. I'm just playing. I love y'all. Anyway, I need y'all to do what I'm getting ready to do. I'm about to play this commercial. And while I'm playing this commercial, I need you to click on share video. Copy the link. God damn it. Copy the link and hit share. Go to your Facebook stories. Click on the link. Say, hey, this nigga's live. Go to your Twitter. Go to your Instagram, all that shit, and share. You did? We gonna get started in 1 minute.
On beat, Black History commercial, take
1, and it comes the 2 to the 3 and 4.
Hold up. Celebrate our warriors and scholars. Black history on a t-shirt. Black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. Yep. Mothers of the movement, our scholars. Instead of wearing a sports jersey with someone else's name on your back, celebrate our leader's name on your chest.
Say it with your chest.
Get yours now at hotepish.com/shop. Free shipping on all orders over $75. Also, get your Black American Music family tree at incenseandashtrays.com/shop. 400 years of music created here in North America exclusively by Black Americans on one piece of artwork.
Get yo shit now. Get it now. And I'm over here trying to delay because I'm still trying to hit share. I hit share on Instagram already. Now I'm hitting share on Twitter. So I can, paste, share. You know, but I gotta leave the goddamn app open long enough for it to send. Welcome. And you know, I got the live show coming real soon. April 29th. Me. And I got my man Freeze Love headlining. Are you serious? Mods, if you can please put the ticket link in the comment section. It will be in the description for you guys listening later on. It will be in the description box. Or you can go to my Instagram, go to my Twitter. I don't know why you ain't following me already on Instagram and Twitter. If you ain't following already on Instagram and Twitter, go there for your ticket link right now. Right now, right now, right now. You dig? Welcome, chat room. Let me get my preaching music on, and then we gonna get into it because it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Let me get my preaching music on. Time to have a sermon. What's up, Star? What's up, Taisha SX? Kendall, Ramal, Emmanuel. Thank y'all for joining. BB, thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for joining. We're just letting time go by to get a few more people in here, then we're going to get it started. Well, hell, that's enough. Y'all here. I ain't going to make y'all wait doing this shit. Y'all here on time. Everybody else can go back and watch the replay, can't they? So, today, we are here to talk about who do these cats speak for? Why am I having this? Like, I didn't jump out. This happened, this whole situation, for those of you who don't know, Justin Kendall, she's in Canada, so she may not know, but two congressmen out of Tennessee were kicked out of the state legislature because they were speaking up for gun violence. And they were speaking out against gun violence, and they had an illegal protest according to the law of Tennessee. They had a disruptive protest, and that disruptive protest led to them being ousted from the state capitol because, you know, they black. It was three people. The black person you see on the camera with the afro, the dude you see in the ponytail who's blackish, and the white lady who's next to him. And the white lady, she was part of the protest, but she wasn't ousted. The black people did. And for those of you who've seen, you know, our brothers TBA and Tariq, and they all did great breakdowns on this. I didn't get to see Professor Black Truth. I saw he posted a video this morning. I didn't get to see his yet. And they gave you the good, great analysis as they always do. But I have my own take, and I wasn't gonna talk about it, but salute to BB Bolger in the chat room and a few other people, because I try not to, and I gotta call Dr. Short back. Once I see other people sort of cover a topic, if they get to it before me, I generally don't cover the same topic because I don't really do this for the views and for the look. I just kind of speak on what I'm feeling. If I don't feel it, I don't talk about it. You know what I mean? Because I speak from my heart on this show. I don't really have, and usually when I listen to other people cover things, they say, you know, what I would have said anyway. So it's just kind of like, why do I gotta talk about it? You know? There's no point in me talking about it when they covered a lot of what I would have said anyway, you know? But at the same time, you know, what's up, Afro Lee? What's up, Footopedia? At the same time, you know, I do have my own point of view, and that is different and unique. And I have a different approach. So I decided literally this morning to talk about this topic because I saw that part. I saw when homie got reinstated, you see on the picture down there, he put the black power fist up and he was walking through the courthouse with the black power fist. And I was just like, all right, I gotta talk about this shit. These niggas is doing too much. These niggas is doing way too much. And then I already got a general rule that I don't really trust niggas. And I don't want to offend nobody. But usually niggas with the afros are the biggest coons we done seen out there. Usually if you see a big afro or long dreads, you dealing with somebody that don't fuck with black people. They just look like they do. Kamal Bell, anybody? Y'all see that weird ass nigga's afro, and every time he get a TV show, he got the big afro, with the wearing dashikis all the time, but he can't get it. He can't wait to shit on black people. People like Kamal Bell. It's always the people who, it's always them niggas with the motherfucker born in St. Louis, but your name is Baraku Ashari Baraka Nokaka Mbutu. Man, nigga, your name is Calvin. Fuck you talking about some Barako Mbari Mbutu. Look at Barack Obama. It's always them niggas with the hella pro-black names, the niggas with the afros and the dreads. Those be the ones you gotta watch out for the most, people. You gotta watch out for these niggas. And this isn't to say everybody, because every now and again you'll get the people, well, what about this person? What about that person? Look, there are always exceptions to the rule. There are always some people who got a certain look about them that they the real deal. I'm not to say all people, but I am going to say 8 out of 10 times I run across these niggas with niggas named Amari Hussein Sudoku. Nigga, you bet that motherfucker probably got a record. And I'm not shitting on people with records, but this nigga got a record and he's still doing that criminal shit that got his ass put up in jail. Talking about a nigga got a shea butter business on the side selling incense. Shit. But don't let that nigga ask you for $500. You ain't getting it back. They be the one, I got a program that I'm selling, my brother. And in this program, it's going to teach you how to use your dreadlocks to connect to the universe. And those of you with dreadlocks and afros, we got the melanin. And if you get my 5 a.m. melanin-rich program, you're going to wake up at 5 a.m. You're going to put on this special shea butter with Negroid melanin UV ray butter in it. So when the sun comes up amongst the horizon at 6:47 a.m. when the sun rises to the east, my brother, your melanin's going to receive messages. And in those messages, you're going to get a divine download from God. And God's going to tell, it's always them niggas. So, me personally, I'm the kind of person, if you want me to believe you, nigga, walk up to me cussing in some basketball shorts and a Teddy Riley t-shirt, just some regular ass shit. That person probably gonna tell you the truth. Matter of fact, you know who gonna tell you the truth? A black man that's wearing mandals and a linen suit. They may talk a whole lot of shit. When July come, you see them, they be going to Frankie Beverly and Mays concerts. They got on mandals and a linen suit and all day. Come on up. Them niggas gonna tell you some truth. I told you that girl wasn't shit, boy. When I saw her walk in that house and she said that she worked at a law firm, I looked at her feet and saw that she couldn't work at no law firm. Her toes was too twisted. Them Willie Earl, he gonna tell you the truth. Anytime you run across a black woman and a old black woman named Maxine, and she called them the little girls hussies, that's where you're gonna get the truth. But if you see a black dude with an afro and a dashiki and long dreads, and his name is Baraku Umbari Sudoku, run. You see a nigga with an afro and a suit, especially if you're wearing a 3-piece suit. The 3-piece suit is the uniform of the liar. Think about this shit, black people. Think about this. Anytime you've been deceived, it was by the preacher in a suit. The little girls walking down the street getting deceived out they pee by the pimp in a suit. Anytime you signed a bad loan for a car or a house, it was by a salesman in a suit. If you ever been deceived on a high level by a politician, they was wearing a suit. The preacher, the pimp, and the politician all got the same uniform. You ever ask yourself why? If you telling me the truth and the substance is going to be within your word, not how you dress. See, one thing about it in America, they done got us deceived. They got you thinking it's about the aesthetic. It's about how a person look, about how they talk, about how they dress, about their hair. And they get you looking at that superficial shit. Meanwhile, while they got you looking at all that superficial shit, they playing games with your monkey ass. Every time. Am I lying? Ask me if I'm lying. You said, but your baby mama don't own a suit. That just means you have deficiencies in male-female dynamics. That's all that go. The baby mama got your ass. That means you was looking at the ass. Again, I'm glad you brought up the baby mama comment. A lot of brothers are looking at that. What did BBD told you in Poison? Never trust a big butt and a smile. But what do you niggas do? You see a big butt and a smile and you go spraying in raw. And then when she take your ass for all you got, you be like, what? I didn't see that happen. Bruh, you didn't see that everything she said she needed in a man, she can't provide for herself? She said she need a man to have a car. She need a man to have his shit together. But she needs you to pick her up. Like her last few boyfriends, matter of fact, she can't even keep a dude. You know what I mean? Well, why you looking at her apartment? You see a pair of Jordans in the corner over there. You know she don't wear no Jordan size 13s. You saw them Jordans over there, but you didn't say that because you wanted the boom, 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 boom. But you the nigga that sprayed in raw, now you got the baby. And you want to be like, whoa, it's me. Because you was looking at the uniform, nigga, not the substance. You got to look into the substance of people, not the uniform of people. And that's the overall message as we get into this show. I'm going to break some things down. It's not about the look. It's about the substance. And so what raised my antennas was when I saw the dude with the ponytail putting the black power fist up. And then I see this nigga with the afro. And I started to go live last week when I heard Afro nigga talk. But I didn't because I was like, I don't know yet. See, we as black people, we've gotten screwed over so much by people because what happens is we've been going through so much shit. And we've gotten so little attention paid to us and our needs that when we run across somebody who does speak to us and our needs and where we coming from, we tend to fall on the sword for them and we tend to fall real hard and real fast. I used to get mad, but not no more. Because I see it for what it is. I see it for what it is. Once you see the game don't make you mad. You just know how to play the game a little bit better. But they play us. And they play us through symbolism. And not only symbolism of, black and brown and you're the first black person to do this. That's one level of symbolism they play us on. The other level of symbolism that they play us on is on skin color, how people look. Oh, that's a black person. Then you look at that black person's wearing an afro. They doing everything you want. They have the aesthetic of everything that you want. But they ain't got the substance. So let's look at this real quick. This is when I started. This is when my antennas went up initially. Hold on, let me see here. Ah, shit, I lost that video. I had it queued up, and my ass lost the motherfucking video. I had it queued up. God damn it, DeJuan, come on. Patience, DeJuan, patience. Let me go back to the video that I thought I had queued up. Okay, here it is. This is when my antennas initially got raised. When I heard this part right here. All right, y'all ready? When this motherfucker started talking like this, I started to do it live, but I said, I'm not quite sure. These niggas could be the real deal. They could not be the real deal. When I heard this last week, I was thinking, okay, this nigga full of shit. But I'm not going to say nothing because I know how sensitive black people get when we think we have a leader. So, look at this shit. Listen to this real quick.
Be the glory for the things
He
that
said,
God
let me start it back.
has done, and the things that be the glory.
He started off
For
to
the
God be the
things
glory.
that God has done, and the things that God's still doing. It is indeed a sad day for us in the state of Tennessee with the loss of Representative Justin Jones from this body.
What the fuck is this? It has been a sad day. This nigga think and he seemed a little bit gay too. I know nothing wrong with gay people, but he seemed a little bit like on some LGBTQ shit. But listen, why is he over here sounding like Martin Luther Queer?
It is a victory of this movement that still says it matters.
Martin Luther Queer says it is a victory of this movement that still matters. He can't even hold the goddamn the Southern preacher dialect for long at all. Look at this shit. Thank you, Star. Copyright. This is what do they call that shit? Fair use, motherfucker. Fair use. You know when a cat go around trying to sound like Martin Luther King, they playing your ass. Let me listen to a little bit more of this shit. This was his initial response when he initially got. I'm playing this is when he was initially suspended.
To end gun violence in the state of Tennessee. This movement.
Okay, so you're now listening as the
To end gun violence in the state of Tennessee. And in a minute, I'm gonna get, because Tesla had a good interview with him this morning on the Breakfast Club. I'm gonna get to it now. Listen to that, how he sounded then. No, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go with it.
Tell me about your
and listen to how he sounded. I'm gonna go back to the interview, but listen to his voice, and then then we gonna break him down.
Does benefit.
Yeah, we know, but right? I'm gonna ask you about the black politics.
Yeah, I am 100% pro-black, and here's the reality.
You hear how he sound there. Contrast that to, yes, I am 100%. This nigga sound like a straight up Dusseldorf. This nigga sounds like a straight up cornball ass, regular ass, grew up. Remember that he was really good at that game. Remember that game as a kid, Simon Says? That nigga was perfect at Simon Says because he followed direction like a motherfucker. What white man taught this nigga to talk like this?
Be the glory for the things that God has done. And
you know that's his white advisor telling him to talk like that. Because when he get in front of Tesla, he talking like this.
That we got to talk about. When you do for black folk, everybody does.
Where's the Southern drawl? Where's that?
Yeah, we know, but right? I'm gonna ask you about.
Where is that? Where is it? Where did the preacher voice go? What happened? I keep going back to the wrong screen. What happened to this nigga?
The things that God's still doing. It is indeed a sad day for us in the state of Tennessee.
Okay, but then you go back to here.
For black folk, everybody does benefit.
Yeah, we know, but right? I'm gonna ask.
The nigga sound like, how in the hell on one end you sound like Harvard, and on the next end you sound like Harvard First Baptist Church? Which one is it, nigga? Martin Luther King talked like that regularly. Martin Luther King, when he had interviews, let me see here. I'm gonna prove it. When Martin Luther King had an interview, that's just how he talked on camera. Now, I get it. He may have talked different in person, but on camera, this is how Martin Luther King talked.
Full citizenship rights for the Negro people of our country. Of course, that particular struggle and that philosophy centered on breaking down all of the barriers of legal segregation. So
you see, when Martin Luther King was still being interviewed, that was the way he talked in public, whether he was giving a speech or being interviewed. Listen to me, people. My degree is in communication studies, public speaking. This is what the fuck I do. I speak in public all the goddamn time. I get interviewed all the goddamn time. You don't speak one way to draw emotion and then another. You have a public voice. It doesn't have that big of a jump. Now there may be a change in pace. You know what I mean? There may be a change in certain ways you deliver, but overall, you sound the same whether you're speaking in public or giving an interview. You don't do that. Let me tell you something, people. Let me tell you something. Let me show you something. Remember let me show you something. Fire Marshal Bill. Look.
Tell me about your black policy. That's important to me.
Wait. No, let me go back to him speaking.
Community in January, and I explained the reason why I'm for reparations isn't just because of the enslavement of black people, because there are some people who say, well, you weren't enslaved, and then we have to walk through housing segregation. We got to walk.
He speaks pretty fast, doesn't he? But then here,
God be the glory for the things that God has done and the things that God's still doing.
That's called performance. Now, I know a lot of people want to have a new leader to follow. I get it. But that's what you call a performance. Now, from there, you can decide. Do you believe the performance or not? Do you buy into what the person is saying or not? That's your choice. Look, Dewan is not here to tell none of you niggas what to think or how to think. That is not my deal. That is not what I'm here for. I'm just throwing some shit out there so you can think and draw your own black ass conclusion. That's all I'm here for, is to make you think and draw your own black ass conclusion. But I want to at least put it out there for you so you can see both sides and see how to think. But when I saw a homie with an afro doing that Martin Luther King shit, I was like, oh, hell nah, this nigga playing. But again, I didn't come out the bag back then because it was like, maybe it's something else behind it. Then I look at the other dude, Justin Jones. Now, pay attention to this, how this is done. You want to know how messaging works? And I want everybody to take a step back and let's get deep for a second. 3 people protested. 2 were suspended. Look at the order and how this went. And I want you to decide what take away from this. The white woman held on by 1 vote, so she stayed, but she got a warning. The 2 so-called black people got suspended. One of the black people, so-called black people, was reinstated today. Guess which one was reinstated? The half to almost not black one was reinstated first. Do you think that was by accident? The one that's somewhat black comes in first. And they're saying the black person, the other guy with the afro, is going to get in too. But you see how they did it? There's a message in that. You can either see the message or you can ignore it. The message was white women. The message was threefold. The message was to white women, all right now, you going too far. One vote, bitch. One vote. You just one vote away from being like them niggas over there. All right? Pay attention. These white supremacists they do everything in plain sight. They do it right in front of your face and leave it to you to decide what you pull from it. They told the white woman, you're one vote away from being the niggas. They told the immigrant person playing as white, look, we can treat you like them niggas too. Now come on back in this house and learn a lesson for next time. And they told the nigga, although you speaking for LGBTQ, old people, whatever, you got that afro and you are one of our former slaves. We gonna make your black ass sit out in the rain as long as possible. So you know who's ahead of you, black man. Again, this is what they're trying to communicate to us. Speaking from that context of what they're communicating to us. They're communicating to the black man, you're behind the immigrant and the white woman. They're saying to the white woman, you only one vote away from being like them niggas. And they're stating to the immigrant people playing and cosplaying as if they are black, we'll give you the nigga treatment real fast. Now come on back in this house and do what we told you to do. That's right, Kwame and Breeze. There are no coincidences. There are no coincidences. Hit the like button and share, y'all. Please hit the like button and share. Hit the like button and share. God damn it. Because we're about to get into this ponytail nigga. And get your tickets at the comedy. Oh, that's the wrong one. Fuck. What I put his face up for? Oh, that's the wrong screen. That's why. That's why. And come to the Comedy Chateau, April 29th. Me, Larry, and Freeze Love. Yeah. Get them tickets. Miles, put that link in the chat room. Not now, but right now. Comedy Chateau. April 29th. God damn it. So, I want to go into Ponytail nigga over here and listen to what he talking about after he got reinstated. This is funny. Which video was it? I think it was this one. No, it wasn't that. No. It was this one. I think it was this one. Listen to this nigga talk. Oh shit! They gonna make me play a goddamn commercial.
Powerful.
Let me mute this. Play the commercial. Go ahead and play the bullshit ass commercial. Don't you miss the old days of the internet when you could just watch all kind of shit and not be interrupted by this nonsense?
I would like to nominate Representative Justin Jones.
Tonight, a political showdown in Nashville.
Ayes 36, no zeros.
With former Tennessee lawmaker Justin Jones back to the State House just days after his expulsion. The Metro Nashville Council voted unanimously in favor of his reappointment after his expulsion.
Yep, that's her.
The Metro Nashville Council voted unanimously in favor.
When you see Tamika Mallory, and that's a beautiful woman, and I liked when she started out initially but usually when you see her, that fix is in, my friend. It's a Democrat thing. And we're going to break them Democrats down more.
The Metro Nashville Council voted unanimously in favor of his reappointment.
This is a message that partisanship has gone so far as to be a force in violating basic principles of democracy.
That wasn't the part I wanted to play. That wasn't. I wanted to get into his speech. Look at this shit. Oh yeah. Pay attention to this again. Let's break down imagery. Why do they got this nigga looking like Michael Jackson on the Bad tour? Y'all remember them old videos? Again, symbolism. Them niggas know what the fuck they doing. Look. Like y'all remember them old? Let's see if I can find a video of Michael Jackson on the Bad tour. Let's see. I can't. It's on the fly. Fuck it. I got y'all on my screen. Let me get y'all off my screen so y'all can stop looking at what's going through my browser. Shit. Got y'all all up into my shit. Look at this. Here we go. I found a video. They got this nigga imagery. Let me see. Browser share. Look at this. Y'all remember them old videos? Michael Jackson running through the crowd, people all behind him and shit. That's how they got this nigga doing with the whole big ass crowd of people. When you see him walking in with this whole flood of people, they got all these people behind him, giving that whole momentum, like giving this nigga like a Jesus God like. Look at this.
Unanimously in favor of his reappointment.
This is a message that partisanship has gone so far as to be a force.
I don't want to hear from this. Fuck him. I'm not trying to listen. Where's that part? God damn it, where'd it go? He ain't who I wanted to play for. There is a speech that he gave that I'm trying to get to. Fuck. I can't get to the speech. Whatever. I'm not about to sit there on them goddamn commercials. Damn it, I want to play this speech that he gave for y'all. And it was on this page. But they keep making my ass watch commercials in order to get to the next damn link. I'm frustrated, y'all. I do this show on the fly, so. Oh, here it is. I think this is it. This is what I want to show y'all. Look at this nigga.
Hours earlier, the Nashville Metro Council voting unanimously to reappoint Jones back to his seat on an
Look at all the Black Power images.
I, Justin Jones.
Jones sworn in on the state council.
Why does nigga keep putting the black fist up? What's all these people around him? Where all this come from?
Time itself is ready for change, and the world is watching because that time has come to Nashville and Tennessee.
His unprecedented removal after Jones and two other Democrats joined protesters on the floor of the State House to call for stricter gun control laws after the deadly school shooting in Nashville. Republicans say the trio broke House rules. Representative Gloria Johnson welcomed her colleague back to the State House Monday, tweeting this photo next to Jones.
Look at this
simply
shit.
Writing, "Justice." Unlike Jones, a motion to oust her on Thursday narrowly failed by just one vote. Johnson says it's because she's white, something Republican lawmakers vehemently deny.
You see how she admitted it's because she white.
The other ousted representative.
Even she said it's because she white. So look at them goddamn images. You got the nigga walking around with a Black Power fist, talking about no justice, no peace, black, bliggity black, ousted because you black, trying to act black. But here's my test, people. I really knew they were full of shit. My test is this. When it comes to issues, what were they fighting over? Do they speak for us or don't they? Here's how you answer that question. What was the issue that they were fighting over? Right? Were they fighting for a black issue? Or were they fighting over these white women's issues? These are the organizers for March for Our Lives. The whole thing that, the whole protest that the protest was done under was done over gun control. It was done over gun control. The whole thing. Not the school to prison pipeline, not clean drinking water for the black residents, not I know Judge Joe Brown always talks about over in Memphis how the court system uses the child care court system has a whole bunch of money in overpayments from child support overpayments. That there are men walking around, there are literally hundreds and thousands of men walking around Memphis right now that have overpaid on the child support, and that money's not going to the child nor the mother. The money is sitting in coffers that representatives in Tennessee use to run their campaigns off of. Furthermore, go back and listen to my interview with Judge Joe Brown. I did an interview with Judge Joe Brown about 2 years ago. He talked about that. How in the city of Memphis, they use overpayments in the child support system to fund the campaign of elected politicians. So that means you have a lot of black men walking around Memphis that have paid, that are owed money back to them, and the money's not going to the mothers nor the children. It's just staying in state coffers. You have a state where there's being gentrified like hell in Memphis and in Nashville. They're not talking about anything to keep housing affordable to the traditional residents, the black residents of Memphis or in Tennessee. These niggas got suspended over gun control in the state of Tennessee. An effort that was organized by these two white women. So in essence, you got two niggas losing their jobs over white girls. Think about that for a second, black people. You got two niggas causing an uproar over losing their job over an issue organized by white girls. Since when do black men and white women have a common cause? In what world do black men and white women share a political agenda outside of that Democrat bubble that only helps them and hurts us? These niggas got suspended over white girls and their issues. Like a lot of you niggas out there fall on the sword over a goddamn white woman. They might as well get a job as Hollywood actors. They sound like these niggas that work in Hollywood. They sound like these actor entertainer niggas right here. Losing their jobs over white girls. Are you fucking serious, niggas? Gun control isn't a black issue. When guns were not abundant in black communities pre-1980s, guns didn't become abundant until the 80s. And that's because the government gave us those guns. Before the 1980s, guns weren't a major issue in black America, but we still dealt with the same problems: poverty, miseducation, racism, white supremacy. We dealt with all of these issues before guns became a thing. That's why I tell people, like, when you're looking back on history and we want to analyze stuff, there are times you can look back where these things did not exist. And you can ask yourself a simple question. Is the issue / problem I'm complaining about, did it exist before? And if it did exist, what were the economic circumstances and the circumstances of my people when gun control wasn't an issue? Gun control wasn't an issue during slavery. We were still enslaved. Guns weren't an issue during Jim Crow. We still were susceptible to Jim Crow laws. Hell yeah, the war on drugs, The government is the one that brought in the guns. So what the fuck are you niggas marching about? Who do you speak for? Who do these niggas speak for? Which takes me to Teslin's interview with him. And salute to Jay Linus Crown. She sent me this link today. I saw this on her Twitter. Actually, she didn't send it to me. I saw it on her Twitter. And Teslin interviewed Afro Man. And I want y'all to listen. We're going to break down different parts of this interview. I want y'all to listen to Teslin because she has some great questions. And in here, we're going to get a glimpse into who Afro Man really speaks for and represents. Let's go.
Tell me about your black policy. That's important to me because you do represent 60% black. So you have a majority black district. So although, I appreciate the, for everybody and, I know Representative Jones was singing. I saw him singing "We Shall Overcome" with the white folks, but I didn't like that. I'm just gonna tell you, I didn't like that. But so I get the about everybody, and one of the things that Charlamagne and I we talk about this all the time. It was not too long ago we were talking, and Charlamagne was like, "How can how can people represent a black district?" And one of the things.
That's a great question she's asking. How can you represent a black district? She's asking him basically. What's on the line for black people? They said that the other ones was singing "We Shall Overcome," all that performative bullshit. So Tesla is asking the question that I'd expect all black journalists to ask people that are asking for a black vote. Because again, this is a fair question. We're black. We have issues that are bigger than gun control, the prison, mass incarceration, and what's the other? Abortion. We got bigger issues than that. So she's setting up a great question. And let's now listen to how Minifro responds.
That I'm saying is, well, it's these smaller seats that literally represent majority black. So you can actually talk about black stuff without, and I understand the everybody and, the holding hands and the kumbaya, but I really need something that I can take back with me to the Twitter world. Tell me about your black policy, not about everybody and help everybody. You represent 60% black. Tell me how your gun reform or whatever policy you're working on, do you support reparations? Some people said you didn't, and then others said you did. Like, give us a quick rundown specifically on black people that you represent in your district.
Yeah, I am 100% pro-black, and here's the reality.
You notice he ain't got no Martin Luther King sound on him, don't he? Let's go.
That we got to talk about. When you do for black folk, everybody does benefit.
Yeah, we know, but right? I'm gonna ask you about the black policy.
So I got you.
Want to know about your policy?
My policies. Exactly. When you think about
when you do for black people, everybody benefits. Shit. Here go that. Look. Look, everybody can't grow an afro. So why are you worried about what everybody else gets? It's only one race of people who can grow that afro that you got there, my brother. Why ain't you talking for the people who can grow hair like you? You talking about people with motherfucking pasta length hair, and you got an afro. Why ain't you speaking for the people that got hair like you? You wearing one? You trying to make it? Well, you got the since you wearing the afro. I'm only bringing the afro up because you wear the shit like a uniform. But go ahead.
Reparations. I'm 100% for reparations. I have been for a very long time. For cash, for credit, for check, for credit card,
so at least
for trust fund. And I was on Bev Johnson, another member of the iHeartRadio community, in January, and I explained the reason why I'm for reparations isn't just because of the enslavement of black people, because there are some people who say, well, you weren't enslaved, and then we have to walk through housing segregation, we got to walk through lynching, we got to walk through mass incarceration, which we're experiencing now. What about reparations for all of these harms that we have experienced all the way up into the present day?
Are you willing to put it on your website, though? Because it's not under your website on issues.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Are you willing to put it on your website? What did Destiny's Child say? Say my name, say my name. You acting kind of shady, ain't calling me reparations. Say my name. Look, Beyonce and Destiny's Child was on to something when they said that if you love me, motherfuckers, say it. Ain't that what the Bible say? He who something says my name in public, thou shall thee, some other bullshit. Say my name. You ain't willing to say my name, nigga. So does it mean you really fuck with me if you don't say my name? I keep hearing footsteps, baby, in the dark. Oh, in the dark. Is you cheating on us with other people? You want the black vote, but you're cheating the black vote for everybody else? Why keep hearing footsteps, baby, in the dark? All right, let's go.
Are you willing to do that? Okay.
I'm willing to do that. It is not the issue that people in District 86 are saying is number one for them. Because to the point that was made earlier, they're definitely concerned about safety. They're concerned about crime. A lot of my population is also elderly. And so you'll...
A lot of my population is also elderly. You notice he didn't say that shit with a king cadence either. He didn't say, and you know, my population is not only is it black, it's the elderly. And God said the elderly needs money too. He ain't got none of that preacher cadence. Now it's black and the elderly. Well, is the elderly black, nigga? Don't you think that part of the reason why the elderly is going broke is because the elderly got to keep giving money to their kids and their grandkids and their great grandkids because it's multiple generations of black people who ain't got shit? Look, I used to work at a bank, man, and shit. I had a grandmama. You see an old black person. Their house gonna be run down. They ain't gonna, they look like they ain't got much. Shit, but Grandpa Willie Earl always got at least $2,500 up in that top pocket. And y'all know how them old black men count their money? I love the way old black people count their money. They be arguing like a motherfucker. They'll sit there and be like, hey, granddaddy, let me get some money. He's like, my grandfather used to always say, the only time you supposed to be broke is when you in the bathtub. That was Poppy saying. Rest in peace, Poppy. The only time you supposed to be broke is when you in the bathtub. But he's from Mississippi, so he didn't say bathtub. He said bathtub. Only time you supposed to be broke is when you in the bathtub. Man, them old black men, their house will be torn down. They'll look like they ain't got nothing, but they got a little Cadillac in their garage and about $5,000 in their top pocket. And they got all kind of cash laying in cans, all buried in the backyard. Look, let's not get it twisted. Old black people be having bread. Now it's not in the bank because they went through the Great Depression and all that shit. So it may not be in the bank, but them old niggas got bread. But part of the reason why old black people be struggling when they do struggle is because their kids don't have bread. Their grandkids don't have bread. And for the black people, whether they have bread or not, they owe reparations. Reparations is root out all this shit. Nigga, them old black men, them old black men, when they get that money, they be cussing you out. They go and lean to the side. You know that then they stare you in your eye. And then when they get to counting the money, old black men count money loud as fuck, don't they? When old black men count money, that shit is like, shh, 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 shh. Old Willie Earl done counted through $1,500 bills to hand you a 5. Old John Henry got $1,500 bills, about 6 50s, another $2,000 in 20s, a 5 and a couple ones. And they be having them big ass knots of money, don't they? They be having, then when they count it, they be looking at you like, it remind me of that scene, on Trading Places. In Philadelphia is worth $50. And like, it's this part right here, I'm gonna mute it because I don't want to get a strike. But y'all remember the scene in Trading Places? Y'all remember the scene? This is how every old black man looks at you when he about to count some money to you. Remember this part? Look how Bo Diddley look at him. This is Bo Diddley. Let me play it again. This is how every old black man look at you when he about to give you some money. You see how they sit back, dig in their pocket, then they got to stare at you one time. Look, he gonna stare. That's just how old black, I love that scene in Trading Places. That's just how old black men count you money. They gonna lean back, dig in their wallet, they gonna give you a good ass stare like, huh. But when they count it, you go, you gonna hear all that shit, and he gonna give you a $5 bill and a couple ones. Now get on out of my face, boy. Shit. I used to have to work. My grandfather, I used to have to work to get some. I mean, granddaddy, the ice cream truck coming. You got a job? No, what the ice cream truck? All right. All right, here's $3. $3? You just saw granddaddy just put out $7,500 to give you 3. Black people, y'all know what I'm talking about. This is a family discussion. We family up in here. Shit. My family, your family, we family, because we all got shared similar experiences. We ain't these old broken down, dilapidated people they try to make us out to be. No, granddaddy had bread. But granddaddy should have had 15 times as much bread had he got his motherfucking reparations. Think about granddaddy. Granddaddy was raised in the South, somewhere, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, South Carolina, wherever you from. He moved to the city, got a bullshit ass job that he got treated like shit every day on. Granddaddy not only bought a house, granddaddy usually had investment property. Granddaddy usually had houses around town. Them old black men had a house in Compton, a 2 in Compton. My Uncle Bingo had like 3 houses in Compton, 2 in South Central. He owned a pawn shop. My grandfather worked for a white man, but he had his own chicken company where he would go up and get them chickens, and he would special order chickens for like Nat King Cole, Cecil B. DeMille, a lot of your early old Hollywood, Orson Welles. My grandfather would get chickens and deliver them to him on the weekend when he wasn't at work. Mary Tyler Moore, all them old 60s and 50s actors, my grandfather, that was a side thing. And granddaddy had a lot of investment properties usually. Granddaddy usually had some bread. Think about all those moves granddaddy made off of a bullshit ass salary at a bullshit ass job. What if granddaddy had reparations? So, this nigga, let me go back to this nigga right here. Oh, wrong scene. That's Trading Places. Let me go back to this interview. Here we go.
You'll see on the website, aging justice. There's not enough money in Social Security to actually help elders live out.
There's not enough money in Social Security to help elders. Let me break that point down. I used to work, this is what I realized when I worked at the bank. This is what happened when I worked at the bank. When I worked at the bank, I would see the black people Social Security checks and the white people's Social Security checks. That's right. Grandpa stayed moving and shaking. He making it happen. Shit, Grandpa was a motherfucker. We don't show enough love to Grandpa. Because maybe we don't show enough love to Grandpa because Grandpa always had a whole nother family. Maybe that's why we don't show love to Grandpa. Grandpa either had a whole nother family. And if Grandpa didn't have a whole nother family, nigga, it's a good chance you was the other family. If you didn't know about Grandpa's other grandkids, that's because you was Grandpa's other grandkids, all right? Back to the topic. So, here, he's talking about not enough money in Social Security. You're right. That's why we need reparations. When I worked at the bank in Inglewood, we're talking 2000 to 2005 is when I worked at the bank. And I was a teller, 2000 to 2002, I was a teller those years. For those couple of 2.5 years, I was a teller. And I worked in Inglewood. See, Inglewood used to be white. Then white flight happened and it got black. And then it got back white. Now it's getting white again. I say that to say when Inglewood was all black 20 years ago, you still had some old white money that never moved. Like a lot of white people started leaving Inglewood in the 70s. Well, you still had a contingent of white people, especially along Hillcrest Boulevard, in between Manchester and Florence, where you got those nice big houses. Those are mostly black people who lived there, but there was still a couple white families who lived back in that area where the houses were really big. And then also Market Street in Inglewood on Locust, that was a whole retirement home. Like that whole block was retirement homes. So you still had old white people who were in retirements. Matter of fact, one of the white men he was my customer. I forgot his name, but he was in that movie Grumpy Old Men with Walter Matthau. He wasn't Walter Matthau. He was one of the other old men in that movie, but he was an actor. He played in a lot of films in the 60s and stuff. Well, anyway, his retirement home was still there in Inglewood, along with other white people who were in the middle of Inglewood when Inglewood was the hood. The retirement home still had a fair amount of white people in it. Old white people. And I would look at the old white people's Social Security checks. They checks would be like $2,500 a month, $4,500 a month, $5,500 a month. Ask me how much the black people's Social Security checks were. They were either $740, $980, and the highest ones were like $1,200. But the majority of the Social Security checks that I used to deposit were for about $740 for the black people. For the white customers who were on Social Security, the majority was like, I'm going to put the call in the middle, about $2,400 a month. That was the difference. Almost every white customer that was old, their Social Security check was around $2,500 a month. Almost every black person's Social Security check was under $1,000 a month. So I ain't trying to send no money back through Social Security, mini fro. This nigga over here looking like Lil Penny. Y'all remember Lil Penny? Penny. Let me see if I can get a picture of Lil Penny. Y'all remember Lil Penny? No, not Lil Penny, Thirst. Not Lil Penny, Thirst. The other Sprite one. Thirst, not Lil Penny. Yeah, Sprite. Yeah, Thirst. Him. This one right here. Don't that nigga look like Thirst? We over here got a motherfucker that look like Thirst representing us, lying to our goddamn faces. Come on, Thirst. Let's listen to more of what Thirst got to say
about the rest of their lives in a meaningful way. So policies that we're putting forward have to do with people being able to grow old well, which not only include financial increases in money, but creating opportunities for them to gather and to have community. I live in the most polluted, one of the most polluted districts in the state.
Oh, shit. Now you're talking about environment. Well, if you give us reparations, we'll be able to move to an environment that ain't so goddamn. We in the pollution anyway. Pollution is a lot better, easier to handle if I got a few $1 million in my bank account. I will buy a gas mask and wear that bitch around the hood. Give me my reparations, thirst.
So, God rest their souls, both my grandmothers have died of cancer, my grandmother Pearson, grandmother Gwen, and it was due to environmental racism, which disproportionately...
Oh, so he narrows the racism his grandmothers died from to environmental racism. Do you know cancer represents holding on to things? Maybe part of the reasons for the high rates of cancer is because of all the shit black folks got to hold on to. Maybe your grandmama held on to working her whole life and getting paid pennies on the dollar. Maybe that's why your grandmothers could have had cancers too, because they worked their ass off their whole life and they weren't fairly compensated to it, and they held on to some high level of resentment, as they should have, natural resentment, because the way they were treated as human beings. You ever think about that? You think it was just the environment? Come on, Mini Fro.
Hurt black people and poor people. So both my grandmothers lived in a community.
Hurts black people and poor people. Black people and, they're going to end. Those ands can't wear afros like that, bruh. Why are you speaking for people who can't? You look, bruh, you got the afro. That means the afro is black. The afro is synonymous with black people, specifically black Americans. The black Americans who made the afro a thing, a sign of militancy. The Black Panthers. The afro is a sign of resistance. The black American afro. You wearing the uniform. So why are you wearing that uniform speaking about the rest of this shit?
The community I live in now, where there are 17 toxic release inventory facilities that are polluting our air, water, and our soil. And so the black policy that I have, as you articulated it so well, is finding where there are the injustices in environment and education, dealing with gun violence, and everything that we can do, putting the resources toward them. Because
play that part again.
As you articulated it so well, is finding that are polluting our air, water, and our soil.
This part again.
And so the black policy that I have, as you articulated it so well.
Said the black policy that I have. And you know, whenever they get tripped up, they got to throw you a compliment. As you articulated so well. Teslin is a proven journalist. You don't need to tell her that she articulated anything so well. Man, Teslin Figaro is a boss. You ain't got to tell her that. You smoozing because you trying to figure out what to say. So this is his black agenda right here. This is the big moment. This is the black agenda right here.
Well, is finding where there are the injustices in environment and education.
Finding where there are injustices in environment and education. And notice he didn't say finding the anti-blackness in environment and education. He just said injustice.
Dealing with gun violence and everything that we can do, putting the resources toward them.
Dealing with gun violence. I don't care where you live, as high as gun violence is in this country. Overwhelming majority of us, 99.9% of us, ain't gonna ever be involved in a mass shooting. As a matter of fact, when you black, you less likely to be involved in a mass shooting. That's what white people do to each other. Mass shootings in schools is white on white crimes. That shit don't even bother us over here. But all of us deal with structural racism, not getting a call back because our name is black for a job interview, being turned down for loans because of the color of your skin. I'm going to need Martin Luther King to go ahead and come back out. Where's the preacher at? At least, okay, just say he lost his Martin, he forgot the Martin Luther King accent. At least come out with some other preacher. Come out, at least sound like T.D. Jakes. Get ready, 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 get ready. Come out with some other preacher, nigga. God damn.
Because it's indeed the majority of my district that's being impacted, but the effects of it continue to be on everybody. And what is important to note here,
the majority of his district is being impacted. No, they haven't. Not by white people, not by school shootings, they haven't. That protest that they were at wasn't about inner city gun violence. That protest with them white women, that protest with these chicks, this wasn't about gun violence in the inner city. This isn't about what's going on in your district with them girls. They were talking about that school shooting. You see how he tried to conflate? He tried to conflate what these white women had going on with inner city violence. Yeah, hit the like button and share button, please. Hit the like button. That nigga Larry said, I don't trust no politician. I don't look like he can fight. Well, Larry, you better not run the office because we know you can't fight. And y'all gonna see me and Larry Goodwill live, Comedy Chateau, April 29th. Larry talking about something, you don't trust nobody that can fight. Does this nigga look like he can fight to you? All I know is if Larry says something, come to the show, because if Larry say the wrong thing, I'm going to take that microphone and I'm going to tie it into that nigga's beard. And then I'm going to send that beard down a paper shredder, and that shit going to get stuck. And when his beard is stuck in the paper shredder, I'm going to keep socking that nigga in the face. Bam! Right in that nigga's face. Watch. Y'all gonna see April 29th, Comedy Chateau. I'm gonna put this nigga's beard down a paper shredder and knock that nigga out. Back to what we talking about. This nigga had a protest over these two white girls' causes. See, this is where they try to play you for stupid, black people. He's falling on the sword, and that one on the left look kind of high, don't she? That one on the right, look like she's giving plenty of heads to black guys in college. The one on the left look like she's tried to give head to black men in college, but she fall asleep before it happened. And all them niggas all them black dudes that these two chicks fuck with, y'all about to get me too'd in about 3 weeks. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it. That was mean. They look like very, very, very nice, honest women. They really do. They look like children of Jesus. I should not have said that. That was mean, Dewan. No, it wasn't. All right, back to Mini Fro.
Is that for us to seek and to be a part of liberation, and this is really important. The people who do have the resources also have a responsibility. And so when I talk about white people's engagement and involvement, it is not to say I'm just concerned about what they think or what they feel. It's because I believe white people and people of privilege and power have a responsibility of choosing a social location with the people who are being marginalized, because they have our money and our resources, and they have a lot of what they have because of what we do not. And so I prioritize.
This nigga basically said he want white people's approval. That's basically what it said in a nutshell. Whatever move I make, because Massa got the money, he has to like it. Black people, how long is appealing to white people not going to work before you niggas find out a different way to approach this thing? I appreciate the Cash App. You're right. He said, if y'all can't read it, they cry gun control for symbolism, but never mentioned when them pale folks called 90+% of the offenses with guns. That's right. 90% of the gun violence is theirs. 90% of it. You damn right. But look at this. Let's listen to more what. So this dude started talking about getting white approval. White approval doesn't work, fool. It never has. Do we want people representing us that haven't figured out quite yet that white people's approval don't goddamn matter? All right, let's go.
Pearson, when they highlight you though as the black man, see, that's the thing. You know, they keep saying, you know, you did this to a black guy, you did this to the black guy. Representative Johnson said, you know, you were expelled because you were black. So
right,
see, we got to be consistent. If we're going to push black when it's time to say, hey, come rally around us. And I'm on your side. I'm just telling you, being very fair, you know, about how this looks. When we're saying black, I got a dashiki, I got an afro, I'm black and black, blickety black. And then we get to the policy and say everybody else, it disengages a lot of folks. And so when I look at people's issues on the website, you do mention black when you talk about criminal justice reform. But when I look at the other, you know, policies, you talk about black with voting rights and criminal justice reform. So I would just like.
Oh, shit. I hit the wrong goddamn button. My bad.
Afro, I'm black and black. Also seems, brother, you've gotten a lot of accolades from a lot of black organizations.
See how good I am? Jump right back
shout
to where
out
I need
to
to
Tammy Sawyer in Memphis. She was defending your honor, you know, with me in a 3-hour Twitter space. So I'm posing these questions to you because I want people to know more about you and what you do for black people.
I want people to realize
wearing a dashiki and afro.
And I want people to realize in every issue that exists in our society, in our country, black people's liberation must be prioritized.
That's right.
Right.
It's in every issue. And so forgive me if it doesn't say it in every issue, but any time that we are speaking about justice.
Bullshit. Heard he just said, within every issue, black people's issues are prioritized. Again, scared to say my name. If that was the case, if black people's issues are prioritized within every issue, why don't black people ever get the priority when it comes time to handing out the resources to fix that issue? Is that a valid question? Is that a valid question? Hey, somebody in the chat room, give me this dude's birthday. Give me his birthday. What's his name? This is Justin Pearson. Let me see his birthday. All right. That motherfucker is born in January 7th. Okay. I'm gonna have to do a whole different show on that. I'm gonna have to do a whole show on I'm gonna do a reading. I might have to do a whole show reading this nigga. So anyway, this dude is talking about everything other than black. This nigga talking about everything other than black. And I'm over here trying to get his birthday. January 7th. Oh, that nigga's a 7 of spades. Let me see his birthday was what? January 7th? Yeah, that nigga is a 7 of spades. I'm 7 of spades, people. They ain't got no issues lying. 7 of spades. They have the 7 of spades people have a very wise disposition. If you ever run across a person born on that date, a 7 of spades, gotta watch out for these niggas. Now, I'm not saying all of y'all 7 of spades, but those of you born February 5th, March 3rd, April 1st, that's why they call April 1st April Fool's Day. It never is as it seems. That's a 7 of spades day. The 7 of spades comes off as agey, cagey, wise, orderly. But usually when you look beneath the surface, Them seven space people got all kind of weird shit. Now, I won't say weird shit going on, but shit that's far more complicated than what they put on to be. They have way more closets and shit, skeletons in their closet, and they come off as these wise, very organized people, and everything is good and woo-sa. But get a 7 to 8 person behind closed doors. They are not who they're going to present themselves to be. You said one of your exes has that birthday and she was a liar. Yeah, I might have to read. I might do another show later on reading these niggas. Yeah. Somebody said, what is this poker science? No, it's cardology. You can go to my website, breakthroughcards.com, if you want to understand deeper the science of reading cards. Nigga Larry said my zodiac sign is boxing gloves. Nigga Larry, nigga, your zodiac sign is somebody on the ground sleep, nigga. But these dudes here are not what they seem. And my conclusion is they speak for Democratic talking points. They are Democratic shills, and they speak Democrat talking points. And they will fall on the sword. They will. The site is quasi up, Quan. My web guy moving a little bit slow, but it's up. It's up enough for you niggas to look at it. I'm still gonna add more to the site, but it's up. It's up enough for you guys to look at it. But what I get, my takeaway from these guys are they're there for Democrat and Democrat agendas. If you're the kind of person that you fall in line with Democratic agendas, gun control, abortion, and all of these ancillary things that don't really do anything to help the substance of what black people are going through. If you care more about Democrats, like a lot of people do, then these are your guys. If you're someone who thinks that we just need some Democrats in office to stop the Republicans from doing what the Republicans do, then these are the two that you should support. You will support. You're going to support both of these Justins if you're all about immigration, if you're about LGBTQ rights, if you're about all of these different talking points that the Democrats stand for, then I have good news for you. These two are your guy. If you're about gun control, these are your guys. If your political agenda is abortion rights, these are your guys. Whatever platform the Democrats stand for, these guys are going to stand in line lockstep, down to the point they'll be willing to risk their jobs for those talking points. If that's your political agenda, then cool. Go ahead and do that. But if your political agenda is about substance for black people, specifically black Americans, then I'm not sure these niggas fuck with you like that. Because when both of them spoke, they both spoke highly about elders, about Social Security, about oppressed people, about all of these other things. So if those are your things, go for it. But if you're about a black agenda and supporting people who have a black agenda, who want your black vote, then these aren't your guys. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't. They're not here for that. They just here to use black symbolism, the black power fist and the afro. These niggas look like, if you could have made a meme of 1969, it would be these two motherfuckers. These motherfuckers went back to 1969 for their pro-blackness. All of their pro-blackness lies in their uniform. That's where their pro-blackness stops. It stops at an afro and the black power fist. This is why they got suspended. Never forget. When you ask yourself, why did they get suspended? Who were they fighting for? There you go. All of the issues going on in Memphis and Nashville with gentrification and black people not having enough resources for stuff. This is who they got suspended for. So take away whatever it is you want to take away from it. Just remember and understand the bare facts of the story. Yeah, hit the Cash App. $ DeJuan Brown. New Black Media Appreciation Month. Hit the Cash App. But this here is why they got suspended. Right here. Let that be your takeaway. And you draw whatever conclusion you need to draw from that. All right. Yeah, so thank you guys for listening. I think I might do another live tonight. From the porch, to where I just talk some Q&A with y'all to follow up. If y'all want to follow up, I might. Well, no, 5150 on the night, so I don't know. I don't know, half you niggas gonna be watching 5150. So will me. So will I. So if I do a Q&A tonight, it'll be after 5150. Hey Larry, I'll sock you in the face, boy. Yeah. But yeah, we here, and I want to, I want everybody to take away from this what you may. I'm not here to draw your conclusion for you. I'm just here to present things, and hopefully you can draw your own conclusion. Yeah, tip the host. Now I'm not gonna be on 5150. I'm gonna be watching 5150 like I do every goddamn Tuesday. This is usually what happens after Craig Facts. I call that nigga Larry. He talk some shit, and then be like, "Hey nigga, I'll call your bitch ass tomorrow." 5150 on. Nigga, and I watch 5150. But after 5150 go off, I might do another live from my porch, a Q&A, if y'all down. Well, no, I got 5 a.m. workout, so I might not do that late night live. I don't know. Either way it go, thank y'all for listening. And remember this. There are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. Thank y'all again for listening. I'm out.